Bbeyond started basically because there was no kind of real representation of performance art in Northern Ireland. How it really started was that there was a meeting with a Polish guy came over, Arthur Tiber, and he was actually making a call for basically artists in Northern Ireland here to kind of help Polish artists, because in Poland they did a lot of performances there, and a lot of Irish artists were invited over to Poland, and so he was looking for a reciprocal kind of idea like to happen in Ireland, that we would help out the Polish, but nobody really took that on. I met with this Polish girl, Małgosia Butterwick, about a month or two later we met at an exhibition, and she was kind of disappointed in the sense that nothing happened. So I said, do you want to do something about it? And she says, yeah. We basically had to set up an organisation on our own. We didn't plan to set up an organisation, we just thought we were going to do just a reciprocal kind of thing for Polish people, so that's how it started.
There's, I suppose, a frenetic activity of performance art practice happening, particularly in Belfast, and I would suggest that bleeds down around the country as well.
I mean, Bbeyond has always been very portable, very ideas driven, and just absolutely dependent on an ethos of generosity. And I think for artists in other cities and other places, I mean, they're intrigued that this little organisation grew up, and that there's such a mass of young people in Northern Ireland now doing performance art.
Inside of you, purpose is brewed. Walk on your own into the groove.
The 21st of June 2008, that's when Performance Monthly started, so we've been doing them every month since then. Before, when we started off, the night before, you'd be thinking, oh God, what am I going to do, so. And now I don't worry about that, I have a few things that I take along with me, and that's enough to start, and that's kind of a very interesting thing. It's that idea that it is improvised sometimes, and it's, you don't kind of panic too much, about you're not making a kind of like a fixed piece, if you were making a solo piece, okay, now you have control of the beginning, middle and end, so you have to that's a different process. But in the idea that you can go into a performance monthly and you can have some idea, but then that could change in the middle of it with there's some interaction with somebody else, but out of that can grow some absolutely really straight or mad idea that you could have never had, if you even have thought of it yourself. And it's that, in a sense, there's a great freedom in it.
It all comes together around the practice of Bbeyond and the Bbeyond collective. That performance artists come in and out of the Bbeyond methodology of working, especially with their monthly meetings, which is a really creative and potent place to explore ideas, thoughts, images with the body in a very free and improvised way.
Thief, functional, thief, 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 functional, teeth, 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 functional.
Everybody learns, you know. It's really beautiful to watch Alistair performing in among people doing their first to second performance. And also with performance art and with Bbeyond in particular, that it's very non-hierarchical. You're only as good as you are that day when you turn up with your bucket and spade, Brian. You know, you're only, you have to reinvent the language every day, and that's what keeps it fresh.
One of the really, really good things that Bbeyond does is enable people to come and test out performances, see if it suits you, work on particular ideas that you have, interact with other artists in a fairly free-flowing manner.
To now see Bbeyond stretch and expand and to see the energy that's happening in Dublin, in Limerick and Galway and Cork, the number of artists, practitioners at all levels and all ages, making performance and also really importantly supporting each other. And I think that's enriched it, and you know, so now Northern Ireland is really known for performance art. There's always an influx of new artists who keep changing the language, changing the dynamics and bringing fresh energy into it. But if Bbeyond hadn't created the support structure, none of that could have come to a kind of maturity.
Take your heartbreak to your night. I wanna love and all you know.
Alistair had been invited by Politics Plus to do something with politicians here. Basically then they had a meeting out here, and then the person that was organising from Politics Plus actually said to Alistair, so they said, what about Bbeyond doing something like a performance monthly here? We started at both ends of the hall and sort of like come to the centre, and that's basically it's not, in politics everything is kind of divided in plus and minus like out there, but it's not. It's the dance that's between, and for me also that is art like out there as a way. Is art is the kind of the unity that happens where the danced and the dancer all become one. Ideally, that would could represent politics, like, you know, or that's the ideal.